Sponsors.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. You come to another episode of Think About It with your host, Joshua Salaam. This is brought to you by pennyappealusa.org. I got a nice show for you lined up today. It's going to be a wonderful brother. I'm going to tell you all about it. If you tune back in to the intro, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Okay, Assalamu alaikum. We're about to get in it. This is the show, the one and only. Think about it. I'm your host, Joshua Salaam, brought to you by pennyappealusa.org. I have brought in the studio today one of my mentors. And I want to tell all of you guys that I don't care how old you are, I think you should have a mentor. The example that I used when I was a youth director to tell people who were a little shy about it, even the best athletes, they come in out of high school and college, they're superstars, they can do anything. The coach normally puts them with a veteran player to help them, to coach them along as a mentor. In business, you come into the business world, graduated from Harvard Business School, whatever, they're gonna pair you up with a veteran business person. It is so important in life to have somebody who's older than you, who's wiser than you as a mentor. So I brought in one of my mentors today. His name is Dr.Mohammad Yahya Alvi to talk about his life, what he's done, his thought process, his vision, his love for helping people. So I hope you enjoy the show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with another wonderful episode of Think About It with Joshua Salaam, brought to you by pennyappealusa.org. We'll be right back.
Since August 25th of this year, over 600,000 individuals have fled from Myanmar into bordering Bangladesh. They've witnessed crimes against humanity. The United Nations calls what happened in Myanmar textbook definition of genocide, textbook definition of ethnic cleansing. We've been here for the last few months, providing them with access to clean drinking water, providing them with access to primary healthcare services, helping them build their shelters, as well as giving them weekly food distributions. We can't fathom what they've witnessed. The ones that have arrived into Bangladesh are the lucky ones. They're now residing in between the 22 to 25 official refugee camps that have now been established. With your continued support, we want to secure their future. We want to stay for the foreseeable future so that we can dig more water wells, so that we can provide them with more medication and more medical advice, so that we can help build more shelters, especially with the winter coming and the cold setting in. Please visit our website to find out more about our work and to support us with your generous donations. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum world, the world of brothers and sisters out there. You are watching another episode of Think About It. I'm your host, Joshua Salaam. This is brought to you by pennyappealusa.org. Small change, big difference. We brought in so many guests, and as I told you today, this is one of my mentors, Dr. Alvi. Give it up for him. That's right, he's in the studio with me. Now, you guys don't know it, but I had the honor of working with Dr. Alvi for a little bit. That's not a person that somebody with me would normally get an opportunity to work with, because Dr. Alvi has had a long career of being a professional doctor, a medical doctor, of running medical institutions, of starting so many things. So he was more like a director of all these things. But then one day he was sitting and we were sitting in the same office. My chair was backed up to his chair, so I get to get all these rich conversations. And we're going to talk about some of those conversations, inshallah.
Okay.
Thank you for agreeing to come on. I know you didn't know what you were getting into, but you're here.
Okay.
So tell us about how it started for you to get into the medical field, because I think you were born in Kashmir? Yes. Born in Kashmir.
Yes, yes.
But there was I remember the story that you told me about how you found out or was determined that you were going to become a medical doctor. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember. I remember in Kashmir, as a child, I was attracted to people who had money, you know.
Okay.
Yes, people who had money. And
I think we're all a little attracted to people that have money as children.
Maybe in Kashmir a little more because there's a comparison. There are people who don't have and there are people who have.
Okay.
So, but these people, most of them were corrupt people.
Oh.
They got money in a corrupt way.
Okay.
So even I remember when I was in the school, a little boy, I had this feeling, is there a way you can get money in a non-corrupt way? You know? And then I came across a couple of doctors. That these guys have, you know, good living and good everything, and they don't they don't do any corruption. They are doctors. They take the genuine
helping
fees,
people,
genuine fees, and helping people, relieving them of pain. Great thing. If you are in pain and somebody relieves you of pain, you're very grateful to him.
Right.
So that came to my mind. So in the school, you have to choose the subjects.
Okay. Now this is like I know it's not comparable to American schools, but how old were you in?
Oh, I'm talking about when I was hardly about 10.
10, okay. 10,
oh, yeah. 10, 11, something like that. And in the school at that age, I was asked to select to take subjects, you know, some choice. And I said I will study Arabic and science.
We don't get to choose at 10 years old here. You were choosing in Kashmir, and
yes.
I won't say how long ago, but a long time ago, you got to choose your subject?
Yes.
Wow.
I was asked to not all subjects, some subjects you have a choice.
Right.
I could have taken Arabic or I could have taken Urdu as a language. And also I could have taken science or some other thing. So I said I'm taking science and Arabic. Okay. They laughed at me.
What? Why?
They laughed at me. They said, if you take Arabic, you're going to be a religious person. You're going to be a religious person. You're going to learn about Islam, about Hadith, about Quran, about all sorts. If you take science, you're going to be a scientist. You're going to be a pilot, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be an engineer.
So they felt like you were mixing subjects.
So what are you mixing? Exactly.
Right.
What are you mixing? How can you mix these two? Well, at that time, Allah Yarhamu, my uncle, my mother's brother, he was the chief of the university. And he said, as far as we are concerned, we'll support you.
Okay.
I'll support you. So you tell them in the school. So I told them in the school, I said, well, the university is supporting me. Well, so they said, okay. So I was the one student in the class, only student, who had Arabic and science.
Wow.
So I started learning basic Arabic, you know, daraba, that kind of thing, basic, as a child. And of course, I was interested in science, that I was interested. So when we did what you call high school graduation kind of thing here, it's a big examination, I did both these subjects and I got good results in both.
So how many years was that? Because you say you started at 10, and I'm thinking that a high school graduation is around 17 or so. So was it like 7 years or shorter?
14. I was only 14 and something when I did my high school graduation.
Wow. Wow, okay.
I was a doctor, qualified, practicing doctor, before I took my 20th birthday.
That is, was everybody doing that back then, or were you ahead?
No. I was one of those guys who was young and was going for, yeah.
Wow.
That's because, I tell you why, because my mother, Allah Rahma, also my father, they wanted me to do things early, and they did homeschooling for me in the beginning. So when I joined the school, I joined the school in what is called the 5th grade. I should have been at least 11 or something at that time, according to the norms. But no, I was not. I was only about 8 or 7.
I see.
So that's how. Anyway, when I graduated from the school, and then I was asked, what do you want to do? I have to become I want to be a doctor. I said I want to be a doctor. So there was no medical school in the place where I come from, Kashmir. There was no medical school there. So they sent me to a medical school, which is the farthest part of India. It's about 3,000 miles away. So when,
For everybody who's familiar with India, what was the name of the town?
it used to be called Madras, Madras, Madras. Now it's called Chennai.
Okay.
They changed the names.
Okay.
Anyway, I went there, Chennai. It was a totally different world, you know. Climate was different, people spoke a different language, the food was different, the way it was eaten was different, the way people lived, everything was different. It was totally a foreign country to me.
Right.
And I was a little child, and those fellows were grown-up guys, you know. They were 17, 18, 19, and all that.
Right. And you're like 14.
I was about 15 years, going on to 15. So I was much younger than them. But I did well. I did well. Spent 5 years there, 5 years. And after 5 years, I got my medical degree called MBBS. MBBS, Bachelor of Medicine, BS, Bachelor of Surgery.
Okay.
There's a basic degree here, you get it MD, right? There the basic degree is MBBS.
Okay.
Most countries, that's what it is. So I got my MBBS.
Okay.
Now what do you do now? Now I start seeing patients. Patients come and look at me and they say,
Wait a minute. You just went got your degree and said, okay, hey you, come here, you sick? Or did you have to go and work at a hospital? How did you start seeing patients?
No, I didn't have to. I had to join a hospital, yes. And the system there is different to the system here, so it's difficult to explain. But I had to join the hospital, but I had to work private clinic, my own clinic, morning and evening. I would be in the hospital from 10 to 4. Before 10, I'll have my own clinic, and after 4, I'll have my own clinic. In the clinic, patient will come and pay money, cash money.
Right.
We don't have insurance.
Right.
Patient will come, I have somebody else sitting outside, and he will give me the money, here's the fees of the doctor, and then I'll see him.
Right.
And write a prescription, you know. But when the patient entered my room, he saw a little boy sitting there.
Right.
A lot of them,
where's the doctor?
Exactly.
Right here.
A lot of them went out and said, is he the doctor? Is he actually passed this? But I went to, that was interesting, Joshua, you made me think about. I went to one guy there, he was an ophthalmologist, you know, optometrist, and I told him I want glasses. He said, you got a prescription? I said, no. He says, well, you want glasses? I said, I don't need them, but I just want to have glasses.
Right.
So he said, okay, all right, for fashion, all right. So I chose, I said, I want black color, black and thick frame.
Right.
And glasses, 0.
Right.
Power is 0. So I got these glasses, I put them on. And I used to have a little mustache coming out, no beard. A little mustache started coming out, and I used black pencil to make it sharper. So got a nice mustache, and I got that. So I look much younger now. I'm much older.
I can see when they finally make the movie of Dr. Alvi, they'll have the scene of him painting his mustache out, getting the glasses on, trying to look older than he is.
So that's how I started.
Wow.
Started as a doctor. I worked only for about 3 years. Yes, 3 or 4 years. And I had a feeling I wanted to go for Hajj. Why? I have no idea, Joshua, until today. 80 years have gone, 70 years have gone. I have no idea why I had that feeling. I wanted to go for Hajj. My father didn't have money to send me for Hajj. I didn't have money to go for Hajj. How do you go for Hajj? You have no money. You need money to go for Hajj, right?
Yeah.
But they told me that they are sending doctors to look after the
the Hujjaj.
The Hujjaj. So I applied, and I was rejected. I was very disappointed. Second time I applied, I was rejected next year. Third time I again went, and this time I was sent.
Alhamdulillah.
I was sent, alhamdulillah, yes, as a doctor. And when I got there, even the same thing there. That guy said, the guy who was in charge there, he said, are you sure? You're the doctor, not your elder brother?
You left your dark
No, that
thing.
is all gone now. I was grown now, couple of years. So he said, okay, I started working in Mecca. I was working for a few days, and then the person who was in charge of the medical missions, used to go from India, the person was in charge, he fell ill. And the times of Hujjaj, there's too many Hajjs everywhere, and a lot of rush. and nobody wants to work. The doctors who are going for just for 3 months, they want to spend more time in haram. They want to do tawaf, they don't want to sit and work. So the whole thing was upside down. I was the youngest of them all. So I took out my typewriter. Not
this computer stuff. No, the typewriter.
Typewriter, yeah.
White out when you mess up.
Yes, yeah, typewriter. So I took out my typewriter, I wrote down a duty sheet for all the doctors. Who was I to do it? Nobody. I had no authority. I wrote it down, and underneath I didn't sign it. I didn't put my name also. And I called the senior man there, I told him, here is the order for the doctors' duties. So he didn't ask me who had ordered it. He just took it, he read it, okay. And things went very well. 1 week later, the ambassador came there, and he asked this senior man.
The ambassador of?
The Indian ambassador of the Indian embassy. Okay. He was in Jeddah. We were in Mecca. He said, how are the things going? He said, sir, everything was upside down. And we were on the international market because every country has its own mission. And we were down. But after you send those orders, sir, after those orders, everything is perfect. After I send the orders, he hadn't sent any orders.
Right.
So he said, yeah, the orders that came from you, who gave them to you? Oh, that youngest doctor from Kashmir, Dr. Alvi, he gave it. He said, I want to see him. So they came and said, I want to see you, and I don't know what he's going to tell me.
My first malpractice suit? What is
I don't know what he's going to tell me. So I go there, yes, sir. He says, who gave you the authority to write these orders? And what authority did you write these orders? That was the question. A very firm question. So I was very young. I looked at him, I said, the chaos that was in our mission and the bad name that our country was getting, that gave me the authority. And he said, oh, it's a good job. Oh, thank you, thank God for that. It's a very good job. Then he said, you know, before you leave, we were there only for 3 months. Before you leave, you must see me. So after, when the time came for me leaving, I went and saw the ambassador, and he shocked me. He said, the chief of the medical mission has finished his term, he's going. Dr. Jabir, he's going. I want to give you the job. Will you take it? Will you be the chief? I said, what? He said, yeah, but it's a very hot country, you know that. You will have to ask your wife and ask your, will you do it? I said, yeah, all right, okay. And by the way, in our embassy, the Vice Consul is also going back. And I think you will be a good counselor. You will be a good counselor. Well, why not you take the job of the Vice Consul also? I said, sir, I'm not a diplomat. I have not done any diplomacy.
Right.
I don't know what it means to be a diplomat.
Right.
So he said, well, that's not your job. That's our job. I came back home, and soon the orders came from the center, from the government of India, Delhi. It was a very big thing I got. And then they told me, you're going to be the diplomatic officer, Vice Consul, young man, a Vice Consul. Okay. Then I have to have training in Delhi for 5-6 days. You know, Joshua, what the training was?
What was it?
How to tell lies.
How to what?
How to tell lies.
How to tell lies?
How can you talk to a person and at the end of 5 minutes he does not know what you talked about?
That's what
that's what I'm doing now. I've left that.
I hope that's not what's happening here. We're going to take a short break, but I hope that after you watch this 15-minute segment, you know what we're talking about, because we speaking the truth on Deen.TV. I'm Joshua Salaam, your host. You're watching Think About It. This story is not over. We're coming right back to finish up and pick up where we left off with Dr. Alvi. Don't go anywhere. This is all brought to you by pennyappealusa.org. We're coming right back.
Water is an important part of life, and the difference between clean and dirty water is the difference between life and death. We know that the issue is not that there's a lack of clean water, but a lack of access to it. So we're on a mission to change that. Through Thirst Relief, we're building wells across Africa and Asia to provide millions with access to clean, safe, consumable water. The goal is simple: to provide clean water to every person who needs it. To irrigate gardens like these, horticultural gardens in Gambia. To make sure that no person ever has to drink dirty water ever again. So join us. Visit pennyappealusa.org/thirstrelief and donate today. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Think About It with Joshua Salaam. I'm your host. And like we said, it could either be like this or it could be like this. But as long as you're thinking about it, we're happy with you. This is brought to you by pennyappealusa.org. And we were in the middle of learning about lies and how you should avoid them. But let's tune back in. Hey, if you agree that we need a movie in the year 2000, and let's see here, it's 2018, at least by the year 2028, somebody has to make a Dr. Alvi movie. I don't know what we would call it, but in my mind, I think it would be young mid. I don't know. But let's pick up from there. They were training you.
I was not telling you how not to tell lies. I was telling you how to tell lies.
So
that's what I was taught.
Then tell me something that you learned.
Believe me, I mean,
after 5 minutes, I wouldn't even know what we talked about. How would you do that?
Like phone call, for example. The man was telling, old man. He said, if the phone rings, you pick up the phone. He said, usually people say hello. They say yes. They say 56345 number, something like that, or they say the name of the office. You don't say any of those. You don't say any of those. So I said, what do I say then? He said, you pick up the office, you go something like that, make some kind of noise so that he knows that you have picked up the phone. Then he will, from there, introduce himself. And you say, oh yes, yeah, you like that. I mean, it was very funny.
Right.
And diplomacy, I did that for about 5 years. And in those 5 years, I was very young. In those 5 years, I had to have press conferences in those 5 years. And I did so well that the government was so pleased with me. It was not only telling lies, I even told the truth in a nice way,
Right.
And then...
So you would finish the press conference and all the reporters were like...
What did you talk about?
They didn't know what to write.
A lot of time. There was the first Prime Minister of India, first Prime Minister, and very popular person. It was called Jawaharlal Nehru. He died. Naturally, when the Prime Minister of your country dies, all the press people come to you. So I was young. I said, so what? I didn't like that country. I said, so what? If he died, so what? Well, I'm kind of
We're all going to die eventually.
Insulting, so what if he died? The reports went to my country, and I got from there a big thing that you have said to the press, so what? So I said, I have been misreported. I did say, so what? But it was like this. When the reporters were saying that now India has got so many policies going to collapse, and this Pandit Nehru has died, I said, so what? Pandit Nehru has made 100 Pandit Nehrus ready for India. India is going to progress because of his leadership. Even after his death, they are going to follow that. That's the way you twist it. So, and did that for 5 years. Then I said, I should not tell lies anymore in my life. I should now become serious. Now, how do I become serious?
You would start to be too good at it.
That's right. So I said the best thing is to do the other part of me, medicine. And where do you learn the medicine the best? Not in America, I'm sorry, but in England. Particularly, I'm taking you back to 1960s now. 60s. So I went to England.
So in the 60s, the best place to study medicine and really practice medicine was in England.
Even today.
Even today, okay.
So I went to England. And there, of course, I started working as a doctor. All this background is gone. I'm just a fresh doctor. So I learned, I was trained for being a doctor. I spent about 11 years in England and practiced in different hospitals, and we have grades there. You have the junior most doctor, then you have the house officer, then you have senior house officer, then you have registrar, then senior registrar. I went all through, right to the top. And then I became a qualified doctor, heart specialist, and went back to original place. Remember the place I was born,
Kashmir.
Yes, I went back there. As soon as I went back there, those days not many people had gone to England, had got these kind of degrees. It was like viral. Doctor has come from, he's so many years in England, he's this, he's that. So I started my practice. I didn't join the hospital or anything. I did very good practice. Very good means very good reputation. People talked good about me, and good money and everything else. And I did that for a few years. Only for a few years though. After a few years I was not so happy about it, so I wanted to go somewhere. I wanted to go to Middle East again, somewhere. And I was offered a job of a professor of medicine, teaching in the university in Tripoli, in Libya.
Wow. Okay, hold on. See, I should have known. When I bring you onto the show, we need a 2-hour show. No, he said we could talk to Iftar to go over Dr. Alvi's life. But I want to fast forward a little bit, and then I want to come back to this, because I really want people. You've given them enough of your history of you were a superstar student. You started early, you finished early. People saw talent in you. You took initiative. You got rewarded for that initiative. All of that. You studied Arabic and science at a young age, and you are really a good blend of that. And I think I want to know what inspired you to start this new organization called Adams Compassionate Healthcare Network, which is basically a free clinic. People that don't have health insurance, people who don't have the money, can come in, whether they're Muslim or not Muslim, whatever. And this was your brainchild. You came up with this. You gathered the doctors and the people to do it.
Right.
Like, how did all that skill make that easy for you?
America, outside America, is known as a rich country.
If you're outside of America, people think about America as a rich country.
Country.
The streets are made of gold.
Everybody's rich.
Right.
When I came here, I realized, by now I'm mature. When I come to America, I'm mature. I'm no more a young boy.
Right.
I realized that although the medical standard is very good, yet it's very costly, too costly, and a lot of people can't afford it. And what makes it costly is insurance.
What do you mean insurance?
Insurance. If you didn't have insurance, Joshua, you came to me, I looked at you, I examined you, I'll charge you maybe $5, $10. But because you have insurance, my charge is going to be $220. Everything is so costly. Medicines which you can buy here, you pay per, and I have done it, I pay per tablet £5 here. Same medicine in India, you can get 20 for $1. Same company, same everything.
Same company, same about.
I mean, it's too much. That's another story. We'll have two hours interview on that. So I realized that. And I realized there are a lot of people who come here temporarily. Like somebody from outside has come here and working here. Now he calls his parents for a month. And during that time he falls ill. His parents fall ill. They have nowhere to go.
Right.
So I just tried, is there any way I can overcome this insurance business? So we did, yes. We started Adams Compassionate Healthcare Network. Adams is all Dallas area Muslim society. Compassionate is compassionate. Healthcare network, because we have a central place where we have doctors working, we have other doctors working in their own clinics, and we send them the patients. And the only qualification needed there is you should be a human being, because I don't have any vets to treat your.
Right.
I have all the respect for your pets,
right,
but I don't have a vet who can treat your pets. Right. But human beings.
Right.
And you should be poor enough You should tell me that your income is that you cannot afford insurance. If you have these two things, then we register you. And once we register you, you are seen by the doctors. No money, zero. And you are sent to, your blood is sent for laboratory tests, and all these things are done, x-rays are done, everything is done. And we don't charge you any money at all.
Do people find this like hard to believe? They come into the office like, you know, I heard I could get help here, and say, yeah, sure, come in. And are they hesitant? Are they?
Yeah, they don't know. They don't understand how it happens, but it does happen. We haven't so far until today, we have not got any money from any government source or any county or something. We haven't. It's all been donations by the people and donation time by the doctors. I'm so grateful to the doctors. They're so grateful. And I'm so grateful because they're so kind, so nice. They come, they sit there, they see patients, they don't charge anything.
Right.
So the thing has started. We started by seeing patients on Saturday in the afternoon, half a day in a week.
Okay.
And today, we are working 6 days a week, not 5, 6.
You started a half a day.
Half a day.
And then how many years later you're working 6 days?
That was, 5, 6 years now. Wow. And now we are working every day except Friday. Friday is the one day when we take off to do all, you have to do all your
admin
and that's Friday. The rest of the days there are doctors there and the patients come there, they see them, and they get the best of the treatment. Patients get best of the treatment.
But don't you reach a capacity issue where the word gets out, in this area that, oh, you can go there if you need free health care, and everybody starts coming there and you don't have enough doctors to serve people? What happens?
That doesn't happen because when people come to us, we register them. No walk-ins. We don't deal with emergency cases.
Oh, like
somebody broke his arm.
911 go to
fix it.
hospital.
No.
Right.
And we don't do the emergency cases, and people come in and, well, they have their appointments. They come by appointments. And we have plenty of doctors. They see them, we give them. And our doctors are such that they will all the time, all the doctors, they will all the time give overtime. If a doctor is supposed to say, I'll give you 2 hours, okay, I'll come 2 and I'll go back at 4. And he comes at 2 and goes back at 6. He does. He knows he's doing something for the good of the people. We do not distinguish between a Muslim, non-Muslim, Buddhist, Christian. This does not mean anything to me. This does not mean anything to us whether an African, an Indian, Chinese, or whatever origin, nothing. As I say, only 2 things. One is be a human being, because we don't deal with animals.
Right.
Human being. Second, you must tell me and prove it to me that you are poor enough and you cannot pay the insurance. That's it.
Right.
And all these people, they get treated. We have now a big gang of doctors who are helping us, nurses who are helping us, and people who are helping us. Everybody's helping us. We are running it very nicely. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. And that's, that's the reason that I brought you on. So you've done both of them. You've talked about your history and how you were blessed on a certain path. You talked about this organization that you have. And by the way, I hope you guys check that website, www.achnhealth.org, because they do need donations. They do need your help. And you saw it's such amazing work. If you're somewhere in the world, whether you're in Texas or Abu Dhabi, if you're watching this, try to help them out because they are doing this for free. They're not taking any money from governments. They're helping people who can't afford it. But since we're out of time for this segment, I wanted to know if you just had one message, because you've lived a full life. You've done so many things. What's one of your many gems, pearls that you would like to leave to the audience as we go out?
The only thing I would say from the experience I've had, the Chinese proverb says, 1,000-mile journey begins with the first step. No matter how big the project is, if you are determined and you want to do it, you start doing it, there's someone there who's going to help you, and you will accomplish it as long as you are near or your intention is good and your intention is not bad, you will be able to achieve it. And there is no difficulty in the world which is not surmountable, which you cannot overcome. You can overcome any difficulty, whether it's of health or of wealth, whether it's of location, whether it's of the color of your skin, anything. You can overcome any of these difficulties if you are strong enough in yourself. That's the most important thing. You should believe in you, and you should be strong enough to believe in what you are trying to do. And then everybody else will help you.
And he is speaking from experience, all right? So if we had more time to talk to him, he would give you stories where that actually happened. He took a first step, and things just kind of worked out when you have the right intentions. I love that message. Thank you guys for listening. We're going to come back and play a game with Dr. Alvi, so I hope you don't go anywhere. You're listening to Think About It with your host, Joshua Salaam. This is all brought to you by PennyAppealUSA.org. Come on now, stay right there. We'll be right back.
I could show you an image of a child starving, belly swollen, tears streaking down his face. I could show you an image of a child and tell you that if you don't donate 50 cents today, that he or she will not make it. But there's so much more to these children. Take a look. What do you see? I see new families where old ones were lost. I see new routines in new homes. I see children forging a brighter future through education and positive encouragement. We may not be able to give orphan children a chance at an old life, but we can work to ensure that their tomorrows are better than their yesterdays. This is Orphan Kind.
Welcome back to Think About It with Joshua Salaam. I'm your host, and today I brought in one of my mentors, Dr. Mohammad Yahya Alvi, to talk to you today. And he's agreed to play the game. He didn't know that he was playing the game when he came into the studio. Some guests are surprised. Some guests have watched other episodes, but he does know how to play. And are you ready?
Well, yeah.
After your long life, not many things can shake you, but you're like, okay, let's begin.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go first, okay? It increases my chances of winning. That's why I go. So no offense. I know people in the audience are like, astaghfirullah, he's your elder, he should go first. But I'm gonna go first. All right, here we go. You ready? Your clue is wool.
Cold.
Nope. Your turn.
You go up there?
You only get one word clue.
Oh, your clue is going up?
So the clue is up.
Yes.
Escalator.
No.
Okay. All right. I'm on my same word. The first clue was wool. The second clue is lamb.
He's coming?
Your answer. Hey, I was just confirming. Is your answer E?
Yes.
No, it's not. Now you can do it. Thank you. Okay, your turn. You're on the same word. First clue was up. What's the next clue?
Difficult to go up.
Okay, so what's the one word that you're giving me as a clue? Difficult?
Up.
Up again?
Again.
But you gave me that already. Give me another one that will help me. This must have a lot to do with up, because you want to use it as a second clue.
Smaller than a mountain.
I'm sorry, Dr. Alvi, but you're a funny guy. All right, so, okay, I'll take that for that. But next time, it's just one word clue. All right, so up and smaller than mountain. Hill.
Yes.
All right, mashallah. Hey, producers, I think that's a repeat word, but that's okay. Dr. Alvi is winning 1-0. All right. So my first clue is wool. Second clue was lamb. Next clue is going to be slaughter. Sorry, children. I'm so sorry.
Sacrifice.
No. It's okay. It's okay. Your turn. Next word.
Yeah. Lions on the body, but very furious. Furious.
You know what? It doesn't matter. Let's go. All right. Lions on the body, but very furious. So the clue is furious.
Furious, yeah.
Furious?
Oh, yeah.
Lions on the body, but very furious. Tattoo?
Tattoo is not furious, no.
Oh man, your face was classic. I had your grandson on here the other day. Abdullah Ahmed is Dr. Alvi's grandson. He's probably cracking up watching right now, as I am. Okay, here we go. I'm going to use a different language to help you with this word. First word was wool. Next clue was lamb. Next clue was slaughter. Okay. Now we're not allowed to translate the word, so I can't use the Arabic translation or Spanish translation. But I am going to speak a different language to give you what this clue is. You ready? This is a unique language. Ba. It means something. I don't know what it means, but it is a language.
Lamb.
No, I gave you lamb as a clue, so it's not lamb.
Oh, you gave me lamb as a clue.
Yeah.
It's not lamb.
Wool. Ba. Lamb. Slaughter. Ba.
No, I give up. I give up.
You can't give up. It just means that I'm stuck on this word. So my unique language didn't help? No? Okay. All right. Ya Allah. All right. So what would you guess?
What,
You have to guess. You have to guess something.
you guess what it is?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it innocent?
Huh?
Innocent?
Innocent? They are. But that's not it. All right. I will come back to it. MashaAllah. You will win this game. I can feel it. Your turn. So what was the clue? It was, your one-word clue was a bunch of lines on the body, but it's furious. So can I get another one-word clue?
Sharp teeth.
Sharp teeth. Okay. Bunch of lines on the body, but it's furious. Sharp teeth. Bunch of lines on the body, sharp teeth. Lines on the body. Help me out, audience. You guys sitting out there on your sofa. What is the word on the screen? Just read it out to me. Say it out loud so I can hear you. What? No. Okay.
I'm hearing you, so they won't say it.
Sharp teeth. Scar.
No.
Okay. All right, here we go. First word, Joshua. Wool, lamb, slaughter, let's see, farm.
Sheep.
Yes!
Okay.
All right, thank you. I am out of number one. I'm going on to my second word. It's your turn.
It's my turn?
Yeah.
A way of life.
I'm sorry. Forgive me for my laughing, but you put me in a good mood. Islam? Okay.
You're right, but you're wrong.
I'm right, but I'm wrong. Okay. All right, here we go. You will get this. You ready? Cadaver.
Postmortem.
No. Okay. I'll get it next time. Inshallah. Inshallah. Your turn. Way of life is first clue. What's your next one-word clue?
Oh, first sentence, huh?
Make it a good one word. I'm gonna get it. I'm connecting it with you. The energy is there. And the way of life is the first clue.
Yes. Principles.
Principles. Okay. Way of life, principles, your I'm not going to say character, okay? I'm just letting you know. I'm not going to say character. I'm going to say, see, that was my way of trying. I'm going to say principles, way of life, your ideology. Okay. All right, here we go. I said cadaver. That was my first clue. Next one, let's say body bag.
Mortuary?
Who?
Mortuary?
Mortuary. No, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. I'm going to get it. I'm going to catch up. All right, your turn. Principles, way of life. Build on that for me.
Many variations.
Religion? Okay.
You're there very much, but
Okay.
you know, but the word is different, but it
Okay.
means the same.
Oh, okay. All right. I should get it next time. Coffin. So what was my first clue? Cadaver. What was my second clue? Body bag, coffin, cadaver.
Body bag, coffin, grave.
Okay. All right.
No?
Same word.
Same word?
Yeah. You said, what did you say? You said way of life. You said variations. You said, your second clue was, I forget.
Principles.
Principles,
Yeah,
yes.
principles, yes.
Another clue.
And you said it could be religion. I said you're there, but another
Yeah.
word for it.
Yeah. All right. I think I know, but I'll wait for your clue because I don't want to get it wrong.
Oh, you want to, oh, I see. You want to,
Yeah.
oh, name of a TV.
Deen.
Yes.
Yes. All
Right in
right.
front of you. Right in front of you.
All right. All right. Very good. All right. 2-1. 2-1. Here we go. Coffin, body bag. What did I say? I said cadaver. Person. Cadaver, person, body bag, coffin.
Grave digger.
No. Okay, all right. Your turn. You're on your third word now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I have on the fourth word.
Fourth word? What were the first three?
The first word was, you didn't get it.
I didn't get it.
First word.
Oh, you moved to the second word without me getting the first word?
No, I think first word you got it.
Yeah, what was it?
Hill wasn't
Hill,
it?
yeah, I got hill.
You got it, yes.
And then the
The
second.
second word you didn't get it.
Oh, you were supposed to stay on that word.
Oh, I see.
What was it?
Oh, it was sharp teeth, lines on the body,
Yeah,
furious.
yeah. What was the word?
I'm not telling you the word. You have to find the word. I go back to that now. And
Okay, all right. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to it. Yes, I'm ready.
so, same thing.
Yeah.
Sharp teeth,
Sharp teeth,
lines on the body,
lines on the body,
furious,
furious.
any man sees it frightens men away.
Okay. Shark.
Shark,
Any man?
No.
Oh, you mean like a snake?
no.
Man. Any man sees it, he runs away. Lines on the body, furious. Lines on the body. Okay, all right. I'm still on my second word. Okay. You know, I wish I knew more medical terms for this to help you out, but I don't. So cadaver, body bag, coffin, person, death. I don't know if that's a good clue.
Death.
Yeah. Right. Person, body bag, cadaver.
Grave.
No, you said grave. That doesn't count. That don't hit that button. He already said grave. He was just, going through the
yeah.
ideas in his mind. What's your next guess? Person, cadaver, death, body bag, person in the body bag, person in the coffin. Okay, we've run out of time. What's your final guess?
What was my word?
You get, since we've run out of time, you get a final guess. Person in the coffin, person in the body bag, death, cadaver. What would you say?
I don't know.
Corpse.
Oh, corpse, okay.
What would you say to give somebody a clue for corpse?
Well, I said that dead person or something. They said that. I said that. That's
Yeah, but I'm saying, what would you give as a clue if that was your word? What would you give me as a clue?
all this is what you said.
Oh yeah, okay.
I wouldn't.
So I don't feel so bad then. I was going down the right.
yeah.
And what's this scar word with a tiger? Oh, lines on the body. That's what I was thinking a human body. You meant a tiger. Okay.
Lines on the body, sharp teeth.
Uh-huh.
People are afraid. It's dangerous.
Right. Furious.
Furious.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Well, you've watched another episode of Think About It with the amazing Dr. Alvi. Don't forget to go to www.achnhealth.org. Do what you can to support that organization, that group, as they help people in need who need medical care. It was an honor having you, Dr. Alvi. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you very much. It was www.health, not ACHN. www.health.org.
There's no ACHN in it?
Yes. ACHN is in the beginning, yes.
Right, okay.
Yeah, ACHN.
And then health.org.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You guys come back. We're going to have another show tomorrow. I think you're going to like it. Thank you for watching Think About It with Joshua Salaam. I'm your host, all brought to you by pennyappealusa.org. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
This Deen TV video was made possible in part by Penny Appeal USA, small change, big difference, and by Recycle Processes Incorporated.